Today we're going to talk about making a wind-on leader system using the PowerPro Hollow-Ace Splice Kit. The kit comes with all the components you need. You've got PowerFloss for doing your serve, Zap-A-Gap for making a solid connection at the end, a bobbin tool, and a variety of useful needles, including hollow core splicing needles, reverse latch, and a special loop needle for making whip serves and for tying nail knots. You have two larger needles, and it also comes with a variety of needles in here, including a reverse latch, a loop splice needle, and then multi-sized open-end needles for doing inline splicing. We're going to need the loop needle, and then today we're going to be splicing 130 Hollow-Ace with 130-pound monofilament. In order to get that done correctly, you need to size your needle to the line. You want to get it so that it's a snug fit. You want it to fit so that you don't have to fight it to get it in, but you also don't want it to just fall out once you serve it up inside there. So in this case, I'm selecting this needle because I'm able to get the line up to advance inside it, and it still has a little bit of a firm grip on there. It's not going to pull out during the splicing process. Find the end of your line and take your rigging needle and tip the end of it with your needle so that you get a little bit of an opening on the end, like so. So the secret whenever you're advancing any kind of leader system at the end of a splicing needle up inside of any kind of braided line, especially Hollow-Ace, is to make sure that you're advancing the line over the front of the needle and then down very evenly. So I'll do that with short little pushes, keeping the line very even, and just slowly advance that line over the front of the needle and then down the shaft over its overall length. I'll do this for about 3 to 4 feet. Once you've advanced your leader up inside far enough that you're content with the amount of serve you're going to have, I'm going to take that needle and push it maybe 6 more inches just to give you a little bit of tag end that you can pull back into the line. And then you're going to slowly remove your needle outside. You'll notice it slides up inside. You get this nice tight grab here, and you'll notice a little transition. And you'll come right back to where your leader and your main line actually meet. So I'm going to apply attention equally to both sides of where this serve connects, using a vise or the drag and something tight on the opposite side. The next tool that we need in this process is the bobbin and the PowerFloss. And what this is going to do is create our serve point. The first thing you want to do is grab your bobbin, take your PowerFloss, and you want to attach this to the spool. But before you attach it on there, you want to take about 4 wraps of your PowerFloss around one of the legs on the bobbin to create a little bit of resistance, some tension. And I'm going to take the bobbin itself and lay that on the back side over here so that it's running parallel to the overall serve, like that. Then you're going to take the I-splice loop needle and lay that against your main line. And you're going to take the tag end coming off of your bobbin tool, and you're going to wrap that 6 times over the actual PowerFloss, your main line that's now served with your leader system, and the I-loop needle. You notice you have 6 wraps. You want to make sure they're all even out in front of each other. You don't want anything overlapping yet. You want to take your tag end, place it through that permanent loop at the end of that I-loop needle. And you're going to take the tag end or the running end of the needle and pull that back through the entire knot, which will give you a perfect nail knot. You don't want to cinch this nail knot down yet. You want to walk it down your main line to about an inch, inch and a half from the actual serve point, and then you want to seat it down. Just enough to cinch it down there, and it's going to hold that in place. And you're going to leave this tag end. You'll notice I left about a 10-inch tag end here. This is going to come into some finish work later on at the end of this serve. So let that tag end hang. Now you grab your bobbin tool, wind it back up tight, right up against the line itself. And you're going to do a couple of nice and tight together wraps, leading back towards your leader system, like so. Once you've got that set up, you're actually just going to be able to spin this entire bobbin around this line and allow the centrifugal force and its basic trajectory to push itself down the line until you just get to the point where your main line and your leader material finish the serve. And once you get to that point where it was right at the very end, and you're going to wind the opposite direction. So I'll do a couple of hand wraps in the opposite direction, like so. And then same thing, you're going to wind it back, only this time you're going to go the entire length of your initial wraps plus over the length of the nail knot, and then you stop. Same deal. Okay, I just passed the nail knot. So now you're going to remove about 10 inches again, maybe 12 inches of line off your bobbin, because you're going to need some of that to do your finish. You're going to cut that tag end, place that aside, and you'll notice I have two tag ends now, one from the bobbin tool and one from my initial nail knot over here. You want to work right now by leaving the nail knot tag end in line, and you're going to take that tag end from your bobbin tool and just do one simple half hitch around the back to lock all those wraps you just did in. So I'll do one over the top half hitch. That's up tight. Now that locks everything in place. So I'm leaving my tag end here from my nail knot, and I did one half hitch from my bobbin to anchor that. I'm going to alternate half hitches for a total of 6. So I did one over, now I'll do one under. That makes 2, one over. Now I'm going to take my tag end from the nail knot and do the same exact thing on its own, but with the tag end from the bobbin in line. So I'm keeping that bobbin line in line. It's going to be one over, one under. So now I've done 6 half hitches alternating. Now I take those 2 tag ends at the same time, and I just do what they call as a rizzuto finish. And you can do that 3 to 5 turns. Keep it clean. 1, 2, 3. You notice it looks like a triple hitch. Walk them down, nice and easy. And right when you get close, you pinch it here and you unwrap those 3 wraps you did. 1, 2, 3. Pull that tight. And that anchors this entire system. Now you can cut this very close. You can use a razor blade or a small pair of scissors. A little tiny tag there is no big issue at all. So next you're going to take the Zap-A-Gap and you're going to run that down the entire length of the knot while rotating it. And you end up with a very seamless, clean serve that creates the ultimate strength without sacrificing profile. So now you're able to run this system right through your guides, and you're not going to feel any transition like you would with some of the more popular knots like a PR bobbin or an FG knot or an Alberto knot. It's going to allow you to get through your guides with very minimal resistance with maximum amount of strength. You might have noticed an additional tool in this kit, the reverse latch needle. This piece of equipment is used to create I-splice loops, which will help you generate pre-made wind-on leaders that you can use portably, and also to create I-splice loops at the terminal end of your mainline system. If you're interested in learning I-splice loops, or you'd like to learn more knots, visit PowerPro.com.